is Thursday. Okay, being misgendered is when someone uses the wrong pronouns without intending to use the wrong pronouns. People that know you, that know you're trans, that know what pronouns you want, who are using the wrong ones, that is different than walking down the street and being misgendered. People who do that are just, I don't know, poop turds or something. Those people are different than the people who are doing it on accident. Accidents don't necessarily make someone a poop turd. I mean, you could still be a poop turd in other areas of your life. This isn't relevant. I've talked about this before, and other people have talked about it too, how when you're not sure if you're passing, you're not sure if people see you as male, or you think that they don't, you're shyer, you're quiet, well maybe not, depends who you are, but you're generally just more uncomfortable. And then when you think you're passing, when people are using the right pronouns, when you feel like you're being read correctly, you are more outgoing and more comfortable, and life is better, and rainbows and unicorns. I've already shared with everyone how when I started receiving the right pronouns, I just became this incredibly social person with all this confidence and whatever. The same way I gained that confidence, you know, the reverse can happen. It's happened before. I'll think that I'm passing, I'll think that I'm being seen the right way, and then suddenly they will misgender me, and I just fall apart. When I went to college, I would get misgendered all the time. Well, not all the time, but like every once in a while. Going in, I made sure everyone knew I was a boy. And they didn't know any different. They didn't know I was trans, but because my voice was still feminine and my features were still more feminine back then, every once in a while I would meet someone for the first time and they would assume I was a girl. So I developed this strategy, this way of dealing with being misgendered. Being misgendered just felt so bad and awkward to me that I felt like this was the best way I could handle the situation. When I got misgendered, literally, I would leave. I would just leave. No more words would be spoken. I'd hear the pronoun, I would leave. You might think that would make the situation more awkward, but the thing is, I wouldn't know how awkward it made the situation because I wouldn't be there anymore. You know, from everyone seeing me as male like I wanted them to, everyone saw me as this confident, social person, and I wouldn't want them to see the other side of that. I didn't want them to see me in that undesirable state, and when somebody uses the wrong pronoun with me, you know, all that confidence that I worked so hard to have disappears, and I didn't need them seeing me that way. So instead of trying to deal with being misgendered with everyone watching me, I'd be like, alright, this made me feel bad, I'm going to leave and go deal with these bad feelings alone by myself. So I would just leave. Here's a situation that actually happened. It was at like a table of 5 people. We were all talking, and most of them knew me, except for one guy. One guy was meeting me for the first time. So I was like, yeah, I have this big project due tomorrow. And he was like, oh, so she's talking to us instead of doing her big project. And then I was like, I imagine after I got up, everyone was kind of like, what the hell? But I don't care, because I was able to deal with it on my own, by myself, without having to deal with it in front of a crowd. For people who know that you're trans and they still use the wrong pronouns, I know people use this method where they just use the wrong pronouns right back at them. I think that's a really clever way to do it. I've never done it myself. I've kind of always wanted to. So if any of you have done that, go ahead and tell me how it went. Or don't, if you've never done it. Some of you have probably never done it. Probably all of you have never done it. Maybe. Basically, just leave me comments because I love you. See you next Thursday. Yeah, I said it.